Well, hello. I wanted to jump on because I'm feeling some really yummy energy I wanted to talk about. I got this email from Barry Rosen. He's an applied Ayurvedic astrologer or Vedic astrologer, and he pointed out something really powerful to me today, and I wanted to share it with you, and maybe you want to get on and follow him as well. And I can put the link to his newsletter below. But he's talking about how Mars is transiting the final 3 degrees of Cancer. And that in Vedic astrology, this is a Gandanta point, which to me hit it like in yoga, it's a knot, it's a granti. And grantis are psychic knots in our energy body that actually stay in place on purpose to hold energy in a specific region of the body. So the knot is there until we can expand our consciousness and more life force energy can come in. He's talking about this transit of Mars being in this place where it's going from water to fire, and it brings up like emotional tension that has been knotted. So the energy, and it's interesting because I'm like, oh wow, Leo, this energy moving into Leo, it literally is the same as we're getting like a burst of Kundalini, a burst of life force energy coming in for this next short time. And it's helping to expand and massage those psychic knots, those tension points in our consciousness that allow us to move from the emotions we've been feeling into a new presentation of self. So we've kind of had to get through some of the tough time, but it's actually covering up this massive, beautiful consciousness of us. So to help in this today, especially with these psychic knots that we're dealing with, this Gandanta point, that is this psychic tension, we can do a Mula Bandha lock, which is called the Great Lock, and it deals with all the locks in the body at the chakra points, at the root, the navel, and the neck. I'll just give you layman words for them so it's simple for you. But at the root, you have the first knot, and that is at the pelvic floor. And you can contract the psychic knot by using a physical movement first. So you're going to act like you're pulling up your perineum off the floor. And it might help if you imagine like the muscles you use to stop the flow of urine. Or women, the idea of doing Kegel muscle exercises, sort of around the same sensation. So you're pulling up that lock, and it's a little bit uncomfortable on various levels. And then you relax it, it actually feels really good. It kind of redistributes the energy down there. So you're pulling it up and there's a little bit of discomfort. It's hitting on a physical level, but it's also, because we're multi-layered beings, hitting us on a more subtle level, which is that granti, that knot. So relaxing that. And then the next one is we're going to come to the belly and just pull the belly back as if you're going to touch the spine with the belly from the inside. That's the second lock, Granti location. And then exhale, release the belly forward again. And then do that again. So just inhale, pull it in, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and then release. And you can feel that that's the energy more up here. It's dealing with the energy in the upper body. Whereas that first lock was dealing with energy in the lower body and the legs, because you can feel a clenching down there in that lower chakra energy area. So then the third lock is called Jalandhara Bandha, but it's the neck lock. And it's just dropping the chin to the chest, not curling anything else. And you'll feel this kind of choking sensation in the throat. So just go ahead and inhale and hold the breath while thinking of this third eye, the psychic center. And then exhale. So now to do all three, we're going to take an inhale breath as if we're breathing up the spine, and we're going to lock the first lock, the second lock, and the third lock while taking attention to the psychic center. Hold that for as many seconds as is comfortable, then lift the gaze and release the locks as you exhale down the spine. So let's try again. Inhale, lock the base, pull in the belly, draw the energy up to the third eye, drop the chin to the chest, hold. Lift up, release, exhale down the spine. So doing this, you're massaging those psychic locks or those grantis that are actually responsible for the regulation of our consciousness, moving from a lower state around just survival instincts and reproduction at the base up to our empowerment center, heart, ability to love, to heal, to self-heal, to have compassion, throat, to be able to communicate, and also assimilate, swallow the sweetness of life and alchemize the poisons, right? And then up here at the third eye, to be able to see through the illusion, to be able to see with an eye that be single to the glory of the one, of love, and to be connected to all beings. So as we massage these locks by performing this simple Bandha lock, the great lock, the Mula Bandha, it's actually the Maha Mula Bandha, the great lock, the great psychic lock. But that helps to like relax our consciousness. It actually helps us kind of surrender into the flow. So it's a really cool technique to be using right now while we're transiting such emotional tension in the spheres. Because like it or not, we are affected by the cosmic spheres. The planets, they affect us and they can make us seem kind of nuts. But when we know what's happening and we use tools to help us navigate, we can really find ourselves moving through with ease. You know, during some of these times, I also like to wear my Moldavite because it is known for its ability to help with transformation. I mean, after all, it made it through the Earth's atmosphere untouched or in this state from outer space. So it's like a potent symbol and energy of transformation. So if you need a good source for that, I can hook you up. So let me know. And I also just like to, during times of change, wear things that come from people that are special to me. That also supports me in a transformation. So personalized talismans for support. And speaking of emotional tension, your body can feel a lot of tension when you're going through stuff. And even though this is not what I'm drinking, this kombucha, I'm drinking the green stuff inside, which is the green 2.0 by Live International. And if you want to try some of that, I'm now kind of addicted to it instead of any other beverage. It's very remineralizing. It's full of like fulvic acid and good minerals and vitamins, B vitamins and so forth, choline for the brain, just to help the body as it's going through these major shifts and upgrades and transition points, because that's what we do. We learn to ride the transition points as humans on the earth because we are surrounded by heavenly bodies, guys. And a little bit of sage will go a long way in figuring out what's yours and what's somebody else's. So if I can support you in any way, let me know. Thank you so much for tuning in to learn about these locks to get us through this time of emotional tension, and we'll talk to you again.